Today marks 1509 days sharing daily lessons or reflections. And today will be more of a reflection. I still speak, as I will speak for next month, about exposure, challenge, and joy. And I was thinking about what did I do today about those three words. And to be honest, not much. I didn't do anything to expose myself. I didn't do much to challenge myself. Maybe a little bit, not much. But mostly I focus on joy. And why is that? Like when I think about my week was maybe a little bit stressful, maybe a lot annoying, maybe a little bit challenging. Because when I think about my December is a month of a lot of activity, a lot of business. I don't know how much productivity there is, of course, but I think that's a lot of business in my life right now. And I was thinking about maybe this is where my challenge is, and this is where I focus on, is that a lot of urgencies right now in my life, a lot of urgencies, but I want to make sure that no matter how much urgencies do I have in my life, I want to put priorities in priorities. So what it means is that sometimes when you put priorities as a priority, but at the same time you still do the necessary urgencies because I'm not able to leave behind those urgencies because um, if you forget about urgencies, they will become sooner or later a priority. So being able to really focus on urgency and on priority at the same time, probably the easiest example that I always found that I learned is that the beautiful thing is that urgency could be really making money to really put bread on the table, and priority could be building a business. So both of them needs to be mixed together. You're not able to focus on the business without really having anything to eat. So there is some kind of balance there, and I think that in a lot of urges and priorities are exactly the same way, and that's exactly what I'm battling at the moment. I know that next 3 weeks will be extremely difficult to really making sure that I deal with urgencies and I deal with priorities. And I always say that priorities are much, much, much more important. And I will be tired. I will be extremely tired the next 2 weeks, and that's totally fine. That's why maybe my YouTube lessons will be more of reflections and lessons because I do not have time even to invest as much time as I used to into reading, listening materials. Now it's more just execute, execute, execute. That's the part of the season because there's seasons in life. So this is my season of focusing on urgency and priorities at the same time. And I think that after December, it'll be so much more easy because urgency will disappear and I will be able to really focus on things that truly matter. And that's the thing that's the beautiful thing about priorities. It doesn't matter how much you're able to allocate to priorities. What matters is that you allocate time to it. Because I think that's, and now, of course, I sacrifice my sleep. I sacrifice a lot of things. But I'm totally fine. I know that it's not sustainable the way how I live right now and how I will live next 3 weeks. But I'm willing. I'm willing to do that for the season because now after the season, after those 3 weeks, I'll be able to really allocate more time into the things that truly matter. And I think that this is a part of my joy. My joy, seeing in the mirror, seeing him in the mirror and saying that this man is willing to stand for the things that matters. Because I think it's easy to really say that I have big dreams, but what do you do when things maybe not go your way, when it's difficult, when it's hard, when you're tired? Because there was a couple days this month when I was working and I fell asleep by working, and I think that's not probably it's a not thing that to be proud of to fall asleep just working and I fall asleep being so tired that you just fall asleep. But I think that I remember those days. I will think that I remember those days when I worked so hard for the things that matters. And I think that I'll be more proud of myself. And this is a joy. This is joy. Being able to visualize one day in the future when I finally achieve what I want to achieve, finally achieved the things that I worked for, and I'm able to remember the days that I really pushed through resistance. And I think that every single person needs to understand what they're willing to push through. And I think that's a beautiful question. What you willing to push through? Because there will be something. And I think that when I think about heaven, maybe everyone wants to go to heaven, but I think sometimes you need to understand that the path to the heaven might be a little bit of that path will be through hell. And I think that's a beautiful part because that part when you go through that hell really prepares you You'll enjoy that happen even more. I think that's the main lesson of the day. Really joy of going through the things that you're going through just to make sure that you are better when you get where you want to go. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.